Hi, this is Susan Brickner-Wren with StArt Stampin' Up Art. I just wanted to put together a quick video to show folks what I did with some of the things that were actually rejects from a workshop. So I did a workshop where we used the Stampin' Right markers and we put the color right on an acrylic block, misted the block, turned it over and transferred the color. And so here were some of the examples that I had made ahead, and I hope you can see them through the little plastic wrap, but I tend to put everything together with these little covers on them so folks can handle them at the workshops and not be too concerned about getting them dirty or getting ink on them or anything. But you know, just on that theme of using what is this? Is the E block is the bigger one, and the D block is the smaller one, where you just take your Stampin' Right markers and scribble on the block, mist it, and stamp it, let it dry, and then you can come over it, excuse me, come over it with your stamp and sentiment. And they're nice, they're all flat and mailable, and you know, you can do things, someone's favorite color. So these are the things that we came together, and this was, you know, kind of the examples I had shown them. And then folks made a few that they were unhappy with. And it was really interesting to me. Maybe some of the folks watching the video will recognize what you thought was a dud. But this one was on watercolor paper. Watercolor paper does take the ink differently. You need a lot more water if you want it to really move. But while this wasn't what the person had intended, I just looked at it and it looked a little bit like coral in the background. So I came back with a background that they did not like and stamped the seahorse from Seaside Notions. And also the happy birthday is from the same stamp set. And I did add some color on the seahorse, but to be honest, I think I liked it just as much with just the black outline showing the watercolor through. So either way works. And then, you know, just finished it off with sand dollar and the sentiment from the same Seaside Notion set. And then I always put something kind of interesting on the envelope. I think it's nice when you get mail and you see something like that and you know it's happy mail and not a bill or some other adulting sort of thing. But again, this background, the person was upset that they had the skips and the color didn't transfer like they liked it. And I think it looks amazing with this couple from Silhouette Scenes. It almost looks like a little storm's rolling in, like maybe little water's coming down. And so she didn't want her background. She did another one she was happier with for the project she was working on, but you know, sometimes you just kind of have to open your mind to other possibilities than what you intended. So this, I think, will be a fantastic wedding anniversary card. So together is the perfect place to be and weather out the storm. And then I put the You Inspire Me, also from the Silhouette Scenes set, on the envelope. But it's just really fun sometimes to kind of look at what you have and imagine what could be. This one, again, the watercolor paper, I have to say I normally love watercolor paper in so many applications, but it just doesn't let the ink flow as well. You need a lot more water. But I kind of like the way this looked, a little bit like movement. And this is also the little girl on the swing is from the Silhouette Scenes stamp set. And so part of the issue also with the watercolor paper for this technique is that when you stamp a stamp that's this big flat image, there's hits and skips. So I'll be honest, I ended up taking a small paintbrush and filling in the gaps. Even with the Stamparatus, it just wasn't filling in super well. So, you know, definitely for this technique, I would go with the Heavyweight Whisper White, and the shimmer paper works really well, and the shimmer paper holds up to the water. But I love that quote. Go confidently in the direction of your dreams. It's from the same stamp set. So what was a dud for something, I think, you know, for one intended purpose, works really well for another. And then this might be one of my favorites. Again, I'm not really sure. Maybe the person that did this background maybe she didn't like this little skippiness where it didn't blend really well. But again, you know, these are so fast to do, these backgrounds, and they're so much fun to watch it happen. I told her, you know, it's paper. If you don't want it, maybe I can use it. And so I paired this with A Good Man, which is a fantastic stamp set for guys' birthdays, Father's Day. But I used Memento ink, and then having used the Memento ink, I could use the blends markers, the alcohol-based markers, and color it in. So I went with, you know, kind of subtle colors. This Pretty Peacock is the Stampin' Right marker that's water-based that we used for the initial background. But then I used the same color of the blend, and it has a little of the color transparency you can kind of see through, which I like. And then I just tried to keep it kind of soft in the same palette, with little color for the little girl's shirt. But I just think that's a super effective Father's Day card. It could also be used as a birthday card or even just a thank you. But really happy with the way that turned out. And then on the envelope, I just put a little of the grass from The Beautiful Moments, was the set that we used in the workshop. And it's just very similar line art, very similar, like that sketchy look. So, you know, coordinate those back and forth, you know, use what you like. And then the last one, I'm sorry to say the Enjoy Life stamp set has retired, but I know some folks in my group have it, and I think it makes a great birthday card for a guy. My husband's a cyclist. A lot of our friends are cyclists. So same technique with the block and the Stampin' Right markers misted, and put onto Heavyweight Whisper White. And then the sentiment is from the Seaside Notions. So you can tell him, you know, just kind of mixing and matching among the sets. And then Here's to You came from the Seaside Notions as well. So just fun, but I've had, I'd hate to tell you how long ago I actually did the workshop with the Beautiful Moments stamp set and these backgrounds, but I've kind of had things set aside so that I could rework these backgrounds that were considered duds. And it was just fun to pull in some different stamp sets. Definitely, like this one could have been used horizontally with either of these, but I just thought it was kind of nice. It just kind of mix them up and show folks, you know, if it didn't come through exactly as you intended, maybe it'll be, you know, just perfect for another project. So this is what I did, waiting for my UPS man to deliver my new goodies. I hope y'all are doing well and having fun. Thanks.